refuge in the Buddha, the one who shows me the way in this life. I take refuge in the Dharma, the way of understanding and love. I take refuge in the Sangha, the community that lives in harmony and awareness. I take refuge in these three jewels, in perfect oneness of body, speech, and mind. Refuge in the Buddha, the one who shows me the way in this life. I take refuge in the Dharma, the way of understanding and love. I take refuge in the sun.
Most Honorable Sirs, Dean of the Faculty of Arts, Professor Iresa Lakshman, Emeritus Professor Asanga Tilagaratna, Professor Mphil Eva Managi, and students. I know some students are joining with us through the online, so I would like to welcome all of you to this inauguration ceremony for the Mphil and PhD in Buddhist Studies 2025. Head of the Department of Buddhist Studies, Venerable Dr. Madihe Subadasiri, has organized all these events, and finally he had to go out of Colombo to participate in the funeral for his very closest devotee. So that is the reason he couldn't participate today. Today we are very happy that our invitation, Professor Iresa Lakshman, Dean of the Faculty, and Professor Emeritus Professor Asanga Tilagaratna has participated and support our event and our academic activities. You also must be very happy that the University of Colombo is the oldest and leading university in Sri Lanka. So you are going to be a part or a student of that very great university in Sri Lanka. And according to the QS ranking system, it is the University of Colombo is the one and only university belongs to the 1,000 and 1,500 world ranked universities. So only Sri Lanka, only University of Colombo is included in that category. The special reason is, according to the records, there are many features they evaluate of a university to input that position. But Colombo University is very special in the field of research and employability. Research and employability. So you are today going to be a research student of the University of Colombo. So our request is you to be a very real research student of Buddhist studies. So Professor Asanga Tilagaratna will teach you the research methodology, how to do a Mphil or PhD thesis, very scientific method. So actually we have to understand that being a Mphil PhD research student means a real research student. So it is not like other examinations. You have to be very clever and smart researcher regarding your subject and Buddhist studies area. Today I thought about that. What should I say you today as my welcome speech? Then I came to know that Buddha or the ascetic Siddhartha was the first researcher perhaps ever born in the world. When we read the Arya Pariyeshana Sutta, the noble, the discourse on the noble quest, it is translated into English like that. So ascetic Siddhartha was the first researcher to find solution for the suffering. His question was the suffering, why people, what is the reason for the whole phenomena based on suffering? How can we find the solution for the suffering? So he, 6 years period, studied, made very severe experiment by himself and tried to understand, met so many contemporary scholars and very spiritually developed figures and try to understand how to find a solution to get rid of this phenomenal suffering. So in the many suttas, we know that Buddha very clearly explained that birth is suffering, decaying is suffering, death is suffering, and also we becoming suffering. So how can I stop this kind of suffering? That is his research question, how to stop suffering. His finding was that Four Noble Truth was his findings. So finally he found that solution and put forward to the world in the Dhammacakka Sutta. So we as the Buddhist monks know how to do research actually. When we read suttas, we can understand what are the features of the real researcher life. So other important thing is all these sufferings like aging, decaying and death, all these are empirical things. So empirical question, Buddha found the empirical answers, not just mere belief or metaphysical answers he found. So Buddhism, as a Buddhist researchers, monks and followers, we can have idea that how to do a research in the field of Buddhist studies. Throughout the many suttas, we can find that situation. So, so Professor Asangathilanga Ratna will teach you combining Buddhist research methodology and the so-called modern scientific research methodology, how to do your research very well. So our request, our department will facilitate you all the necessities, providing very eminent scholars and lecturers to you to learn, and other facilities, libraries. If you have any question, you are free to anytime come and ask and find your solution for your questions. So I know some foreign students, they have many questions, sometimes maybe language issues, language barriers. So don't worry, you are free to come and meet us and try to solve your questions and continue this your research very well. Another thing I want to say that ascetic Siddhartha do his quest to query in the jungle 6 years. 6 years according to our suttas. So today your PhD maximum period is 6 years. According to our bylaws, it is 6 years. Minimum is 3 years. So between 3 to 6 years, you have to finish your all PhD activities. So I thought today morning whether our modern scholars followed ascetic Siddhartha's system recorded in the Aryapanasana Sutta. I don't know. I just thought about that. So anyway, you have to keep in your mind that better you finish your thesis and all within 3 years, but it cannot. You can extend it to 6 years. Unfortunately, you have to pay every year of the extension. So I would like to welcome all of you. So these are the small things I want to say you. Your university is a very great university in Sri Lanka and also in Asia and other countries. And Buddhist Studies department is a very small and tiny department. 1997 started, but before we had Buddhist Studies, time to time it kicked off to other universities because of the educational revolutions introduced by the time to time by the government. So now we have.
It's unfortunate that head Buddhist Studies, Dr. Sugathasiri, Venerable Sugathasiri could not join us today, but I'm sure he has done all the necessary arrangements for you all to have a good time here. I don't know a lot of Buddhism. I try to be a good Buddhist, as the chair professor said. I try to practice Buddhism, to learn from it on a daily basis. What little I know about Buddhism tells me that for lay people like myself, the best we can take from Buddhism is discipline. And I think you as monks and lay people like me, you're going to put to test your discipline. You know, a PhD, in my understanding, is about discipline rather than about, I know the senior professor said it's, you have to be clever and smart. Yes, you have to be. Not everybody does PhDs, but it's more about your discipline to complete this on time rather than on, showcasing how smart or clever you are. You have to have that discipline. I mean, Professor Himamanage went on and on about completing it on time, and I'm also a person who likes to see PhDs completed on time. You don't have to pay a lot of money to get an extension. It's only the registration fee. But the chair professor mentioned suffering, right? PhD becomes a suffering beyond 3 years.